welcome to another edition of CARP Escape. You join me down on the bank, down at the Suffolk water park, just outside of Ipswich. A beautiful venue, one that I've been coming to now pretty regularly for the past 2-3 years. So what I'm going to do for this video is a little bit different to what I've done with my previous ones, where they've all been shot in one session over 2-3 days when I was on the bank. For this one, I'm actually going to take you along with me on my spring campaign down here at the Suffolk water park, purely because time restraints and looking at my calendar, busy work schedule, I'm pretty much going to be sort of dipping in and dipping out, quick overnighters here and there, and I'm not going to be down here for a few days and nights in one hit. And purely the fact as well, this lake hasn't got a huge stock of fish. It's about sort of nearly 30 acres big, and there's only a couple of hundred, maybe 300 at the very most fish to come here. So it may not be the most prolific of sessions at times, so we're going to sort of piece together a few little ones here and there. So with that in mind, I'm going to take you back to a couple of weeks ago, which was mid-March. Believe it or not, we are now coming towards the end of March and I'm still sat here in a t-shirt, and it's not even cold. It's about sort of 14 degrees during the day. The lake has been fishing really well, so we are in with a shout. So without further ado, we'll take you back to about a week and a half ago, where I got lucky enough to have a cracking old mirror. Have a look. Well, good morning, and what a great morning it is down here at Suffolk water park, just outside Ipswich. It's just first light, just after 6 AM, and we've got one in the bag about 15 minutes ago. Left hand rod absolutely tore off, one toner, the type of bite we always like, no messing around, you know what's coming. Yeah, and I've been rewarded with a beautiful mirror. Looks mid to upper 20, maybe a scrape of 30. We'll wait and see. Beautiful mirror. Don't recognise it. I'm not sure which one it is. Don't even know if it is one of the known fish, to be perfectly honest, but beautiful fish nonetheless. Gonna get the camera and everything set up now and get out, wire, take some photos. See you in a bit. Right, wow, here we go. 28 pound, 9 ounce, beautiful mirror down here at Suffolk water park. My first fish from this lake for this year. Only done a few sessions over the winter. You've seen some of the other videos, you'll see I've been the catch 22 here and there during the winter. Yeah, beautiful. We're now mid-March. Like I say, it's probably only my third session this year down here so far. This will be the main lake that I focus on this year. We'll be doing a few trips here, there and everywhere as well, but the water park's the one we're gonna be targeting. Probably gonna be mainly overnighters. So we'll wait and see what happens. But yeah, here she is. Let's see if she plays ball. Come on, sweetheart. There she is. 28 pound, 9 ounce. Old gnarly mirror. She's got a few battle wounds, bless her. Hopefully this turns out alright. That sun is absolutely horrendous coming over the distance. 28 pound, 9 ounce. Beautiful. We're up and running 2022 down here at Suffolk Park. I'll show you the other side. She is magic, absolutely lovely. Let's get her back. So hopefully you got a good look at that one. Like I say in the video, the lighting wasn't the best. The swim that I was in, as soon as the sun comes up over the horizon, it's absolutely in your face. You cannot get away from it, and it's really bright. As it turns out, I didn't realise at the time that mirror itself was a fish called clover, one of the old named fish here in the lake. Actually, one of the old originals. It's been in the lake for over 30 years. So for anyone that likes their old originals, it's always a completely different buzz when you manage to bank one of them. They are few and far between. I think there's only 6 in this lake. I did get lucky last year, managed to bank one called John's Common as well, another one of the old stock as well. But anyway, yeah, Clover, £28, gnarly old fish, withered fins. You know, she's been around the block a long time, bless her. But absolutely buzzing to catch her, and we're up and running for this spring campaign, so stay tuned and hopefully we'll get a few more. Cheers. Right, so we're coming to the end of the day now. Got here about four hours ago, mid-afternoon. It's nice and sunny, as you saw. I was in the t-shirt. It's nice and warm. Chucked out 3 zigs just to see if there's anything you know, sort of mooching about. Got up a big tree. Saw a couple of fish, not a huge amount, but saw a couple. So it was enough to go on as anything I saw when I come and walked around the lake. So yeah, pinged the zigs out, one 3 foot, one 4 foot, one 5 foot. It's only really about 6 foot deep anywhere out in front of me, so I sort of just hedged my bets a bit with the depth. Moved them around every sort of half hour, 40 minutes. Didn't get anything, so had a little chuck around with the lead. Found pretty uniform bottom out in front of me. So what I've tried to do is I've tried to think outside the box a little bit. I'm fishing a big swim called Flagpole. It's a double swim, always busy, especially weekends. It's a big comfortable swim, commands a lot of water. But I've kind of fished out to the right a little bit, where in all honesty, if there was somebody in the next swim, you wouldn't be able to fish because you would be encroaching into their water. But I think when it's busy down here and you get somebody in Flagpole and the swim next door, which there were people down here at the weekend, that is an area where no one's going to have rods out because you would be really side by side. It's kind of that no man's land area. So I've found a nice hard silty area at the back of some gravel, and I've put all 3 rods on that. Have already had a bream, which could be a good sign, could be a bad sign. I have found here in the past. I did on my last session when I had clover. You can pick off 1 or 2 bream before the carp move in. I've seen some bubbles coming up here, sort of here and there, close to my spot, and a few sort of just a little bit away from it. But signs are good. So if I get anything, I'll see you during the night. If I don't, then we'll have a quick recap in the morning, and that'll kind of be pretty much it for this session, because I'll probably be off first thing in the morning as live calls. So fingers crossed, we'll see you again during the night. Good morning, and it is a good morning. It's a very good morning, because we have once again pulled out of the bag and we have only gone and banked one. It's now 7 o'clock in the morning, probably about an hour ago now. Middle rod pulled up tight, bottom was smacked against the butt of the rod, and we were away. And we have only gone and got, just down in there in the weighing sling, a cracking little common. Haven't weighed it yet. Now about to get the camera and the tripod and everything out, start sorting it out. Probably about a mid 20 common. To be fair, when I was reeling it in, thought I was probably a low double, to be honest. Didn't fight very much at all. Got on the landing net. I think we suddenly realised what had happened. It went absolutely mad. So yeah, really happy with that. Gonna get sorted out, get it out, and get on film and get it photographed. Happy days. Right, here she is, £27 and 9 ounce, a beautiful common carp from down here at the Suffolk Water Park. Oh, she's a bit lively. Still in her beautiful winter colours, nice golden orange, absolutely beautiful fish. We'll give her a second to calm down, and then we'll get her up and you can take a look. There we go, £27, 9 ounce, beautiful common down here at Suffolk Water Park. Absolutely made up with that. Beautiful fish, beautiful colours. And another successful overnighter. Happy days. Right, well here we are again. You join me back down here at the Suffolk Water Park, just outside of Ipswich, and we're continuing with my spring campaign on the big lake. Actually managed to get a couple of nights ahead of me for the first time in what feels like, well, I think it might even be the first time this year actually. So yeah, got a couple of nights, and things are looking good. Bit of a mixed emotions really. Woke up this morning to the news that the biggest fish in the lake, big common, had come out this morning, 44 pounds, which is absolutely fantastic to hear, but obviously a little bit guttering considering I'm now down here for a couple of days. Combined with that, I reckon the past just under 2 weeks there's been an absolutely horrendous amount of fish out, a lot of fish, and a lot of the big ones as well, up to 37, 38 pound. A lot of the old fish, the named fish have all been out as well. The lake has really switched on. Hopefully it will continue. I'm up in a good peg of mine. I've got a lot of form in this swimmer I'm at. There's going to be northeasterly, northwesterly winds for the whole time that I'm here, and it's pushing right up into the end of the lake where I am. I reckon I must have seen about 25-30 shows just in the couple of hours that I've been here setting up and getting stuff sorted. So I am really hopeful, really excited, a lot of anticipation to hopefully get amongst a few fish. Probably kiss of death on myself now for saying that, but I am hopeful, really hopeful. So the rods are out, the kettle's on, the fish are showing. Let's see what happens. Right, well, now coming to the end of the day, sun's starting to set now. I'll tell you what, been on into this northeasterly wind, it's been right old chill coming in up here. But anyway, all signs are looking really good. Like I say, that wind is pushing up here now. The fish have been shown all afternoon. I wouldn't say non-stop, but there's been a lot of activity. Fish jumping, rolling, just topping. It's been actually quite a show. It's the most I've seen them shown on here for a long time, even this time last year and throughout the summer last year. I don't think I've honestly seen this many fish showing in one area of the lake. Majority of them have been well out behind where I'm fishing, up where there used to be a swim, but it's now they got discontinued, and it's so far out that neither from this swim or from the point swim can you reach it. You're looking at a 250 yard cast to get up in the corner where the fish actually are. There have been some fish showing a lot closer in, still a little bit further out than what I'm fishing to. I'm fishing to 27 wraps, so you know, over 100 yards, and the fish are still a little bit further out than that. But I'm hopeful that, you know, with the wind sort of now moving around slightly more towards me, it was just a northerly earlier, it's now northeasterly. It might push them a bit closer to me throughout the night, but we'll wait and see. All signs looking good. Got a good amount of bait out there, probably put about 20 spods out, so probably just over a kilo. Not afraid to let them have a little bit of bait now, just boilies only, and we'll wait and see what happens really. But yeah, all signs looking good. Let's see what the night brings. See you in a bit. Good morning. Well, we're just after first light now. I've been up for a little while, watching the water, seeing what's going on. Really frustrating night, I could hear the fish. I tried to get my head down about midnight, just get a few hours skip. Fish were still showing, I could hear them right at the distance. They were still right at the back. I got absolutely hammered by bream last night. I think I had 6 or 7. Sometimes I was reeling one in and the other rod was going with another flipping bream on the end. So yeah, I've been plagued by them during the night, which is really frustrating. Too much cast and too much messing about. Sadly no carp, but like I say, you know, I've been up since first light this morning, seen a couple of fish show, not loads, but I've seen a few, so I'm still confident fishing the area. Got all 3 rods back out on the spot, just a couple of 3 spoms just over the top, just to try and keep a bit of bait in there, but obviously I've got absolutely no idea how much of the bait I put out last night that the bream have hammered. I suspect there's probably bugger all left out there now, so yeah, we'll go again today. We'll persevere, we'll keep watching for a little while now. We'll have some breakfast and see how the day unfolds. I'll catch you in a bit. Okay, so now come towards the end of the second day. I haven't really done much speaking today because, to be honest with you, I know nothing more now than what I did know yesterday. It's been really frustrating. The wind has swung round. It's more northeasterly as opposed to the northwest it was yesterday, and it feels absolutely Baltic. Hence the reason why I've done the bivvy up a little bit, just so I can sit in here just to keep your body out the wind a little bit, because it's been going right through me. Sit here for, you know, 6, 7, 8 hours. Start to get right through you. Fish doing exactly the same this afternoon as what they were doing yesterday afternoon. Not as many shows, but still quite a few, mainly at distance, but I have seen a handful are much closer to me, and a couple right near where one of my spots are, out in open water. Decided to move my right hand rod. I was fishing all 3 rods on the same spot, out in the main sort of bowl of this end of the lake. Taken the right hand rod off that, and I've moved it and put it against a reed bed to my right, which is where the wind is absolutely hacking now. I did see a few fish show along that reed bed, that sort of a bit more sort of further out and around the corner where you can't really cast to, and it is, you know, again, you're talking probably over 30 wraps, and with the rods and that I've got with me, there's no way I can fish that distance. So I've gone as close as I can to it, just off a reed, still about 5 foot deep, nice and firm, clean bottom. So put 1 rod on there, probably about 1/4 kilo of bait up and down the margin, as close to it as I can, so spread out a little bit, not too tight, and just persistent with 2 out on the other spot out in the middle. Spoke to a chap 2 swims down, and he's found it exactly the same as me. He got it yesterday as well, and he was incredibly frustrated. He hasn't been plagued by the bream like I was last night, but he's had fish shown all over him, and again, all obviously out in this bowl that we can both see, but he's had absolutely nothing neither. Somebody went home, one of the swims off the point went home this morning. He had nothing yesterday, so don't know what's going on. The fish are putting on a show. They're definitely up here, but they're just not, either not feeding or just I don't know. A hard one really, tough to explain, but oh well, we'll carry on going. The rod's on the spot. Put some more bait around them. Not gonna do anything too drastic. I know my rigs work, I know my bait works. Still on the Synergy from Impulse Baits. It's done me well all through the winter, so I'm going to use that probably until the end of this month. We've only got about a week and a half left of April now. Once we get to May and it's a little bit warmer, I'll switch over to the Apex for me for the summer and autumn. So yeah, rods are out, sit back, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll get one tonight. See what happens. Right, we are back again. I didn't bother doing a sign-off piece after the last one. In all honesty, got woken up 5 o'clock in the morning just before my alarm was going to go off, and I had 2 or 3 bream yet again on the bounce. So kind of spat me down the out, threw a little hissy fit, got pissed off, packed up, and was gone by about 7 o'clock. So didn't really do too much talking there. Anyway, we're back again. About a week later, we're now last week of April. Got another quick overnighter ahead of me. I'm back in the same swim that I was in when I caught that nice 27-pound common not that long ago. It's number 27, swim called Flagpole. Nice swim, massive swim, loads of room to fish to, plenty of area for two bivvies, real nice comfortable swim. But the sun's out, as you can see, and the swim's looking good. So yeah, I'm going to quickly get the marker rod out, have a little cast about, find a few spots and get settled in for the night. We'll catch you in a bit. Well, good morning. Just gone 5:30. Been up now for just over an hour. Didn't really intend to get up quite as early, but as normal recently, I got woken up by yet another bream. Seems to be the story of my life on here at the moment. Keep getting pestered by the damn things, but it's part and parcel of it. That's big pit fishing. We all have to deal with it. So they're getting ready for spawning themselves, so they're well on the feed. So it is what it is. Even switched one of my rods last night. I put it over to a double 15mm bottom bait. Came off the 15mm bottom bait and 8mm pop-up snowman, just to try and see if I could avoid the bream and have a bait out there that I knew it was going to stay out there all night, hopefully try and catch carp. But even that got taken as well. So I think next time I come down, I'm going to switch to my, we'll say full-time spring, summer and autumn tactic, which is back to my big 20mm, 22mm bottom baits with 15mm pop-ups, big snowmen, but I do tend to avoid the bream with those. They tend to be that little bit too big for them to play around with too much. So yeah, we'll switch over to that. Hopefully be a bit warmer then as well. Temperature dropped last night just down to about 4 degrees. We are the last week of April, so hopefully it should start warming up anytime soon now. So that's about it really, nothing else to report. Gonna start slowly packing down now. This swim's booked by somebody from 8 o'clock, so I can't hang around. That'll be me done for April. Probably only got a couple of overnighters potentially ahead of me in May. May's quite busy for me. Got a little project I'm going to do at a different lake where I've got 3 or 4 nights booked, so stay tuned for that. I'm not going to say too much about that now. But yeah, so probably a couple more overnighters in May down here, and then it'll be summer. So we'll see what happens there. So yeah, unless anything else happens, I'll see you next time. Cheers. Okay, here we go. We are back once again down at the Suffolk Water Park. Looking like this will probably be my last trip of the spring. We're now middle of May. I've only got 24 hours ahead of me, so we're going to try and make the most of it and see what can happen. It's been a couple of few fish out last 24-48 hours, which is good. Lake is really busy. The fish are definitely getting close to spawning. The lake have already been posting warnings on their Facebook page saying that they, you know, check before you come down here because potentially they could spawn any day. So yeah, we're going to sneak in this 24 hours, and that'll probably be my last session before we get to the end of May. I've got a few days away at a different lake booked for the end of May, so hopefully the fish will spawn there before we get there, or it will suddenly get cold and we'll miss it and they'll spawn after. But looking at the weather forecast, the next week's going to be 19-20 degrees every day, so I fully expect definitely this lake, maybe the others will all spawn pretty soon. So anyway, yeah, 24 hours ahead of us. Gears on the barra, more swims up that side of the point. Let's get up there, get the rods out, we'll have a catch up, we'll see what happens. Catch you in a bit. Okay, so a little update. We've been in the swim now for a couple of hours, got the rods out, chucked the bed out and the bivvy up, looking really good. Chatting to the guy that's in the swim next door, he said there was quite a lot of fish showing out here last night. He had 2 early this morning, so that's good to know. Quite a nice strong southeasterly wind is blowing right into my face. When you look down the other side of the lake, everyone's sitting there in, you know, shorts and no tops on, but ain't quite that warm up here for me, being in this wind coming to my face. But it looks really good. I've seen a couple of 3 fish roll, just out in sort of no man's land, just down the bowl. I'm on the right hand side of the point, swim called Ambush Point number 13. It's deeper on the left and then shallows up as you come round to the right and venture into the opening of the shallow bay round to my right hand side, which to be fair is quite stitched up down there. There's a lot of anglers down there. I'm not surprised because that's where you'd expect the fish to be when it's been really warm and sunny like this. So but wait and see, we'll see what happens. Quite confident, to be fair. Got the rods all on one spot, put 25 spoms of 18mm Apex out. Like I said before, switched back over to my 20mm bottom baits and 15mm pop-ups, and I'm feeding 18s over the top, so hopefully that'll put off the bream a little bit. So yeah, see what happens. Right, well, it's another session done and dusted, and that now unfortunately brings me to the end of my sort of spring campaign here on the water park. Had a few fish, not many really. I'd like to have had more, obviously. 3 blanks on the road to end things off isn't great, but that's carp fishing, that's the way it goes. Obviously didn't get nothing last night, didn't even get any bream last night. It was very quiet. Saw a couple of fish show, but that was about it. Speaking to everybody else around the lake now, not a lot was caught last night. They're definitely getting ready to spawn any day now, so I think I'm probably timed it quite well now to be off. I think I've been wasting my time if I'd have stayed any longer. So yeah, that's the way it goes. Yeah, another spring campaign ticked off the list. Got a couple more things coming up over the next few weeks. Off to another lake for a few days, and but that'll be a separate video to this. And then we'll be back here again probably early June. I mean, we're now middle of May, so early part of June we'll be back down here again, starting, well, we'll call it a summer campaign, so to speak. But yeah, had a couple of fish, can't complain. None of the big uns. A couple of the old originals, which is always good. So there you go. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Cheers.